All right. Welcome back to the longest day of the year. This feels like the longest day ever. Alcaraz Fonseca, though, we're finally here. We finally get to watch the match that we've all been waiting for since the draw came out on Monday. What is it today? Friday? We've waited all week for this. So let's see what's up. We've also got... We might chuck Sabalenka on as well because... Well, we were going to watch that earlier, but because of the schedule change, it's been a little bit funky. But we might chuck on Sabalenka. I mean, chat, it's very rare that we get a double header with two number ones in the world side by side. So I feel like it's only fair if we put Sabalenka on as well. But don't worry. Fonseca, Alcaraz, obviously, is going to be the one that we are focused on the most. But we might as well watch Sabalenka as well. A lot of people were waiting for that one, so we will... fulfill that obligation as well. I don't want to leave everybody who was waiting for Sabalenka just to be like, oh, now we're not watching her. No, we can do a double header. Two number one side by side. That sounds fun. It's a rare occasion. Berrettini just beat Bublik, which was huge. Hashanov just beat RBA. And Fritz is up one set, but down in the tiebreak. Alexandrova won. Important win for her. Svitolina's beating Jones at the moment, which I don't want to talk about. So a lot's happening at the moment. By the way, chat, if you haven't already known this and you want to watch this match, there's a link down below, link in the chat to Tennis TV, the Tennis TV app. You can watch Tennis TV on the new Tennis TV app. Go check it out. If you want to watch this match, they only show the ATP, though. They don't show the WTA. So make sure if you are signing up, you're not like, oh, I want to watch Sabalenka. You can't watch Sabalenka, but you can watch this match. So make sure you jump on there if you haven't already. Check it out. They've also got a bunch of new features on there. You can watch highlights on there. You keep up to date with all the things going on around the courts. It's a whole thing. Go check it out. Matteo hit 15 aces. And Bublik only hit 5. Really? That's weird. That's strange that Bublik didn't hit that many aces. This is a big shoot. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. We did see Fonseca take on Sinner. So now he gets to take on Alcaraz, which is going to be huge. How many aces for Carlos' prediction? I have no idea. I probably hit 25 aces earlier. Okay. Who will win with more forehand winners? I have no idea. I'm not really going to be bothered by how many aces. I don't care. Like, if it's a close match and a good match, then we win. I don't care if Alcaraz hits more aces or not, or whatever. That doesn't bother me. Fonseca to win. If Fonseca wins, watch out. Shit is going to hit the fan. Things are going to get crazy. Feast is looking fresh. Oh, yeah. Feast is looking... He's looking like a new man. Tie 3 setup? That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. I would very much like that. Love Feast's new hair. Yeah, he is. He's having a great season, and now he's got a great haircut to go, a hairdo to go with that. Feast is gonna be in 3 and get to the final, but lose to Sinner again in 3. Okay, I mean that would be a hell of a story if that was if that's what happens. Is Fonseca a good returner? He's decent, yeah. These two have never played before, by the way. First time meeting. They did play an exhibition last year that we watched, where Alcaraz got the win, but it was a serious exhibition too. Fonseca came to win. It was really, really fun to watch. They played, I think, in the Miami baseball stadium. I think that's where they set the court up, wasn't it? I can't remember what it was called. What Miami team it was? Maybe the Miami. baseball club. I don't know what they were called, but anyways, they went out there and they had a practice match out there or an exhibition out there, and they put on a show. So if it's anything like that, we're in for a treat. And Fonseca did win his first round in 3. It wasn't easy against Marijan, but he got through yesterday. And Alcaraz obviously coming off the loss against Medvedev. Yeah, Berrettini won. He beat Bublik. Was it the Marlins, was it? Okay. At Marlins Stadium. Looking forward to this one, yeah. Fritz is going 3. He lost the second. Man. But Van der Zandschulp's no joke. We know that. He's a tricky customer. But yeah, everything's kind of been... Today's been a bit of a... I feel like today's been a messy day. Been a messy day. With the schedule's been a mess. The rain's interrupted. I mean, we had one match which we sat around and watched rain. Like, it's been a messy day. So hopefully we finish with a couple of bangers. And hopefully we can get through the matches the next couple of days. Because there's still some first round matches still going. I mean... We're getting onto the weekend and we're still finishing off the first round. I've been here all day, yeah. It's been a messy day. A lot of rain delays, a lot of breaks, a lot of scheduled changes. So hopefully tomorrow's a little bit more straightforward and we can get through uninterrupted. I think that's the best explanation. Uninterrupted would be lovely. Let's get through the days without interruption. Even yesterday, I mean, everything got pushed out so late yesterday because it was such a long day on the court, you know. This match is going to start in about 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Feast is up a set and a break, by the way. Fritz is going 3. Svitolina is up 4-1 against Jones. That is Emerson Jones. Your dog's really sweet. Yeah, she's just chilling. She's just chilling. She is just hanging out. Okay. Robin.
We are happy to spend our messy day with you.
Hey, thank you for the $2 and for keeping us company. Yeah, it's just been a bit of a mess. I mean, if I had planned for a rain delay, we would have actually done some activities, but that rain delay just kind of I think it caught everyone by surprise. I don't think the tournament even thought it was going to rain. But that rain delay sort of just threw off the entire, just threw off the day. I had some things planned, but they're for next week in case it rains. I wasn't planning anything for today because I didn't think it was going to rain today. I thought it was going to rain on like Tuesday. Today has sucked out all my strength. Yeah, rain delay. I tell you this, rain delays are very draining. For everybody, you guys, me, the players, the tournament, like it's a very waiting around and not knowing when the matches are going to begin is a very draining process. Had I have known there was going to be a rain delay, we might have started a bit later, but whatever. We're here now, and we'll get through these great matches to finish. And then tomorrow will be rain-free, I hope. And we'll get through tomorrow uninterrupted. I just hope the schedule tomorrow is nice and kind. I don't even know who's playing. I know Eala's playing, but I don't even know who else is playing tomorrow. Sinner, yeah, he's playing. Which tea do you prefer, regular or green tea? Peppermint. The rain drain. Yeah, the rain is definitely a drain. That is exactly correct. The rain drain. Still checking, yeah. They won't do the schedule until probably another hour, I reckon. Be a late schedule today. Just because there's just so much going on. Well, there's so much still left to go, right? They got to do another day tomorrow with 50 matches or whatever, so it's probably going to be a little bit... They probably won't even do the schedule at the end of the day. They probably just wait until the very last match and go, you know what? We're going to wait until the end and then we'll do it. But who cares? We'll just wait. I know I'm not playing tomorrow. Yeah, Deb's not scheduled for tomorrow. Have you got a bye tomorrow, or are you just taking a day off, or what? This should be a good one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, I tell you, Court 3 or the third stadium are getting an absolute treat by getting to watch Sabalenka, because Sabalenka was supposed to play on this court. And there's a packed stadium for Sabalenka. This just shows the power of a ground pass, and that it's not the players' fault that people aren't watching. It's because the payers. It's the I guess, what do you call it? Like, the ticket price is too much for the people to want to... Like, Sabalenka is super popular. A lot of people want to see Sabalenka, but they can't afford to. This shows that. This is it's a packed stadium. People are tripling over each other to get there. Like, it is packed. Sabalenka draws a crowd. It's just that, unfortunately, when you put some players on center court, maybe Sabalenka can also sell out center court. We'll watch that hopefully soon. But yeah, like, this is why that ground pass idea I was telling you about, I'm like, they should do that. Because ground pass gets center court for like a little bit. That'd be fun. First Medvedev win against Alcaraz since he smashed him in 2023 US Open. Yeah. It's a great win for Medi. Ground pass is the most valuable ticket of the tournament? Oh, yeah. You get so much more value. Tennis value, if you want to watch a specific player, you're going to have to pay. But if you just want to watch a lot of tennis, ground pass is worth it. 100%. Especially the first couple of days when there's a lot of matches. Sabalenka does not draw a crowd? Okay, so I'm just watching a bunch of people standing around waiting for nothing. Like, what do you mean? Are you watching the Sabalenka crowd? Look how many people there are. There's shit tons. Doesn't draw a crowd? Tell them that. Do they think Sinner's coming out? What are they? Do they not know who's? Come on now. Like, bro, literally a full crowd watching Sabalenka. Doesn't draw a crowd? I beg to differ. Who's your best tennis player all time? Len Hewitt. Excited for this match? I remember Federer saying he had high hopes for Fonseca. Yeah. It's going to be exciting. And we're also going to watch Sabalenka. We're going to watch Sabalenka for a guy named HV. Is that your real name? The guy that said Sabalenka doesn't draw a crowd is out of his mind. Yeah. He's obviously not watching Sabalenka's match right now. Because there are people like flying, like there's people just like shuffling into the stadium. It's still filling up. Like, people are sitting on the, like, on the stairs. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, Fonseca Alcaraz is about to walk out on court. Let's get this Sabalenka match running. Because we got a big number one doubleheader. That's actually sounds, I think it sounds cool. Maybe not. Both number ones playing. All right, what's up? we've got a big doubleheader coming up. We've got Sabalenka, who was supposed to be playing hours ago, but because of rain and a schedule change, she's been moved onto outside court, where she will be playing Lee, and then Alcaraz and Fonseca are playing on center court. So big doubleheader. I know a lot of people were waiting around for Sabalenka, so we are watching that because I told you we would. And plus, she's the number one in the world, and we watch Sabalenka as much as we can. So this is the exception. I don't like doing doubleheaders, but when both number ones are playing simultaneously, also the atmosphere of the Sabalenka match is going to be incredible. There is so many people watching that matchup. I love it. They're going nuts. And we know they're going to go nuts for Fonseca versus Alcaraz because that's going to be crazy too. Draper lost in a couple of tie breaks. Really close. Did I hear Sabalenka not draw a crowd? You never been to a match. I know, right? Is Lee any good? Yeah, she's solid. Sabalenka should beat her, but yeah, she's solid. Opelka's underrated? Oh, yeah. No shame in losing to Opelka. There is no shame in Draper losing to Opelka. If Sabalenka is a crowd puller, why did they put her on outside court? Okay, I think you're missing the point. Do I have to explain this? I feel like I'm explaining a lot of things. I'm sick of it. But I'm going to explain this one thing. So the reason why Sabalenka is playing on the outside courts is because her match was supposed to be after Coco Gauff. But because the Rude match and the Coco match went too long, they ran out of time. Had she been on second, and then Coco's match would have been moved. But because her match was the third match on the day session, they ran out of time. So they had to move her so that Alcaraz and Fonseca could start on time, because the night session ticket is a different ticket and they have to start at a specific time. Now, they've started an hour late for this night set. This is supposed to start an hour ago. So they moved Sabalenka, not because she doesn't draw a crowd, because she's on another court and there's a full stadium. They moved her because unfortunately the schedule just had to move somebody. And it just so happened Sabalenka was in that spot where they're like, well, she hasn't started yet. We can't play her match there. We're going to have to move it to make the schedule work. If she had started when Coco was on, if she was playing at Coco's time, Coco would have been moved. And again, not because she doesn't draw a crowd. But again, I guess, explaining things. God, I'm sick of explaining things. That's what happens with rain delays. Why is it raining? I don't know. Science? It's just too much explaining. All right. Fonseca walking out first. And Sabalenka also will be coming out on court to play Lee. Blame the roof, yeah. Why don't they have a roof? All right, Fonseca walking out first. You know this loud. Was that fireworks or was that just someone smoking? Who's vaping? Was that fireworks? Or was that vape? I guess we'll never know. Paul beat Manarino. Who's my champion prediction? Sabalenka. Why nobody went to watch Sabalenka? Massimo, you I know what you're trying to do. Go annoy someone else. All right, Alcaraz out on court. I tell you what, if Fonseca beats Alcaraz, watch the hell out. You watch out. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Fonseca is not there yet. But I'll tell you, if he does beat Alcaraz, you watch out. Sabalenka walking out on a packed stadium as well. I love this for Sabalenka. And I love this for the crowd because all the ground passers were like, walking around in the rain, and then they get treated to Sabalenka. I mean, that's a hell of a treat. How good's that for the crowd too, who have been walking around in the rain all day, on and off matches. It's a pain in the ass for us, but can you imagine being there? On, off, and just like trying to fill the day. And now they get rewarded by watching the best player on the planet. Like, how lucky for those outside ground pass tickets. They got more than their money's worth, even though it was raining all day. They're loving it. They're having a great time. Men's champion, I'm going to go Sinner. All right. Muhammad Liani is going to officiate. So you know this match is going to be interesting. He's going to get a time violation somewhere. Actually, no, he doesn't give out time violations. He just likes to get involved. Time violations, he doesn't give out time violations, does he? No, not as much. I feel like he's very generous. And he'll be like, Carlos, you're still taking too much time. Like, he'll warn Carlos a bunch verbally, but he won't give a warning. That guy's looking... Why is Alcaraz dressed as the ball kid? All right. Alcaraz's outfit is the ball kid outfit. What are we doing? Somebody not called... What happened? All right. Crowd's going crazy, by the way. This is going to be fun. And the Sabalenka match also, crowd's going crazy. It's going to be a crazy night. Winner of this will take on either Korda or Carabelli. So not easy for Alcaraz if he does win this, if he plays Korda. Korda is rough. That is a rough match in that third round, especially if Korda gets through easily today. Is Korda playing today? I'm sure he is, right? I'm pretty sure he is. All right. Here we go. Remember last year we watched Demonor and Tien take on Fonseca, and they were both epic. And now we get to watch Fonzie take on the best. The king. Carlos, who already needs a haircut because whatever he got haircut before Indian Wells wasn't short enough. His hair is already going crazy. And they're just warming up. Quarter very dangerous. Oh, yeah. He's playing right now, is he? Okay. Keep us updated with the quarter match. All right, Sabalenka and Lee are warming up as well. This crowd's going crazy. What are we calling it? Foncaraz? Now we're calling it Fonseca versus Alcaraz. I don't know. I haven't decided. Work in progress. We'll get there. We'll figure it out. All right, Alcaraz is coming off a loss for the first time this year. So let's see. And by the way, coming off a loss and then going on to play Fonseca is a nightmare. Alcaraz will go down injured. Can we boo this man? Can we boo this man? Boo! 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 Let's boo this man. Out here hoping for injuries. What are you doing? Come on. Be better. Be better. Alcaraz is going to go down injured. Boo. Be better. All right, they're just warming up the last couple of shots. By the way, Lee, who's taking on Sabalenka, she does have tape on her stomach, so she's got a little bit of an injury worry there, but we'll see what's up. Eagerly awaiting this match. Well, it's about to start. I feel like if we call it Foncaraz, it sounds way too close to Sincaraz. It needs to be something different. El Seca, that sounds better. I feel like El Seca sounds better, because then it's not just like Sincaraz, Foncaraz, Medcaraz, Zvevcaraz. Let's call it El Seca. El Seca. Alcaraz. Yeah, the whole thing. Alseca. Something different. Set it apart. Will Alex play today? Alex who? Eala? No. She's playing tomorrow. All right, first time meeting between these guys. It's one of those moments, chat, where everybody stops. And I hope nobody comes back tomorrow and says, you know what? I didn't watch that match because I was on a date. And I told you. Chad, I told you. I told you what the hell. This is the priority. This is the world stops for this match. By the way, there's a guy with a flag and he's got a lot of Brazilian stars on the Brazilian flag. And one of those is Fonseca. All right. And Sabalenka also about to start. They're all just warming up their serves. Again, a double treat here. We rarely get to watch, when we do a double header, it's rarely with both the best players on the planet. So we're very lucky that we get Sinner, who's definitely not here and not number one. I don't know why I don't even know why you'd mention him, chat. Sabalenka and Alcaraz. I was here, yeah. We were here, chat. We were all here. This will be one of those nights where we remember. But yeah, Sabalenka and Alcaraz playing side by side is a rare treat. Because usually they're on the same court because they're the best players on the planet. Let's see how they do. By the way, they're showing an overview of the stadium. God, it's empty, but not really. It's empty on one side where they're not allowed to sit. All right. Chat, who are winning? Who's winning these matches? Who you got? Who have you got? Alcaraz won the toss, elected to receive. Sabalenka is going to serve. I'm going to go Sabalenka in straights. I'm going to go Alcaraz in a close straight sets. Fonseca, we were here. We are here right now. Fonseca in 2 maybe. Oh, okay. Close 3 for Fonseca. Sabalenka, Alcaraz in 3. Alcaraz, Sabalenka, can't choose. All right, here we go. The world number one's to win. Okay. By the way, they're literally starting at the same time. This is madness. Sabalenka serving as well as Fonseca at the same time. Sabalenka backhand cross court, lead with a slice. Sabalenka comes in with a volley. Puts away the winner, 15-love Sabalenka. Fonseca with a fault. As the return goes in the backhand of Fonseca, in comes Alcaraz. Hammers the forehand, and that's a statement. Love 15. Alcaraz is like, all right. I know you're going to come at me, but here we go. By the way, are there trees? Are there plants in the stadium? Do they plant trees in the corners? What's up? All right, first point to Alcaraz. Love 15. Serve again is a fault. Second serve. Serve in the back of Alcaraz. Fonseca forehand to the back of Alcaraz. And Alcaraz goes wide. And this crowd is pro Fonseca. We thought it'd be 60-40. It is like 80-20. This crowd is so loud. For Fonseca. Like, this is a pro Fonseca crowd. Do not get it twisted. You are in Fonzie's house. The trees are watching for free. All right. Yeah, the tree's getting a free ticket. 15. Oh. As the second serve is strong from Fonseca. Return goes long. 30-15. As that goes out by Alcaraz again. Fonseca 40-15. This crowd is going wild. Sabalenka won the first game, 1-love. All right, Fonseca 40-15. As he serves a fault second serve. The crowd, Carlos who? I know, right? Savage. Backhand return the corner, Fonseca. That's a good shot. Alcaraz gets it and hits in the net. Fonseca 1-love. And a big shout from Fonseca already. Even the Fonseca family are going nuts too. They're like, we got this. This feels like Davis Cup. I mean, it feels like we're watching a Davis Cup match. It is so loud. I don't know if Alcaraz has ever played in this kind of a hostile environment. Like, I mean, when he played against Sinner at the ATP finals, it wasn't like this. It definitely wasn't like this. Like, this is as hostile as Alcaraz has ever played against, I think. I can't think of a time that... Because even Davis Cup isn't like this anymore. Well, at least he hasn't had to play Davis Cup like this anymore. This feels like he's playing Davis Cup in Brazil. Like, it is an energy. All right, 1-love. Oh, yeah, maybe playing in Bercy. True. You might maybe playing Gaston. Yeah, Gaston in Bercy. Yeah. Actually, good answer. Yeah. Playing the Paris indoor against a Frenchman is definitely on this level. Maybe Humbert as well, right? He played Humbert. So he probably has a couple times, but very rarely. And not like on neutral territory. I mean, this isn't even... We're not even in Brazil. As we're to find now, out by Alcaraz. We're not even in Brazil, and it's insane. All right, what's my life look like tomorrow? Okay. Coco's playing tomorrow night. All right. Schedule's actually not bad tomorrow. It's busy, but it's not bad. Sinner's playing during the day. Okay. All right. Nice hitting by a nice ace by Alcaraz. 15-0. Okay. Tomorrow's schedule's not bad. It's not terrible. They're even putting some doubles on tomorrow. That's ambitious. By the way, Andreeva's been shafted onto like the back ass of nowhere. There's got a point in the net by Fonseca, 30-15. So Eala versus Lynette is happening probably like this time, maybe a bit earlier than this time tomorrow. Yeah, there's still some first round matches haven't finished yet. Okay. I can manage that schedule. It's not too bad. That's a manageable schedule. All right, we got that. That's good. Hopefully, if it doesn't rain, we're good. All right, 30-15. As Alcaraz serves. Into the back end of Fonseca. Alcaraz forehand to the forehand of Fonseca, and Fonseca hits it long, and it's 40-15. Now we can get through that schedule. It's definitely manageable. All right. 40-15. As Alcaraz serves again. A fault. Second serve. Double fault Alcaraz, 40-30, and the crowd go wild. You know this. If this crowd's cheering double faults, you know. You know what's up. 15-30, by the way. Sabalenka in trouble. I wonder when Raducanu is playing next. She's playing after this match. All right, 40-30. Alcaraz to get on the board. Good serve in the front of Fonseca. Return goes long. It's 1-1. And Alcaraz holds. 30-all here for Sabalenka. As she tries to hold. Go Lee. Hey, she might get the big upset today. I don't know if the crowd is... I mean, the crowd's definitely going to have some bias towards Lee as well, right? Being American, so... It'd be interesting. All right. 1-all as Fonseca serves again. A fault. Second serve. Sabalenka with a forehand to the front of Lee. Up the middle to the back of Sabalenka. Lee with a slice. Sabalenka runs in with a forehand inside in. Beautiful shot. And it's 40-30 Sabalenka as we're back in from Fonseca. Alcaraz forehand cross. Fonseca gets it and overhits it. Love 15. Love 15. Just a little over ambitious from Fonseca. The return goes in the corner. Fonseca. Forehand from Alcaraz. Cross. Fonseca goes up the line. Great shot. Alcaraz gets it back. Drop shot Fonseca. Alcaraz gets it with a slice. It's in the net. 15-0. Blunted.
Demon getting Sitsipas, of course he does.
I am with you. All right, 15-0. Nice drop shot there from Fons. As we get a let. Everyone thought it was an ace, but it's a let. This crowd are out of control. And I'm all for it. Sabalenka holds, by the way, 2-1. All right, 15-0. Fon serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Double fault. 15-30. Hit the tape and went wide. 15-30. James Blake in the house watching this one. I'll tell you, Chuck, can we just... let's just show a little... What's the word? Little empathy for James Blake. What a shit job to do this week with the weather. God, and he's getting the pressure because he's the face. He's the face of the Open, right? Because he's the tournament director. He's the face. Let's show him some. Like, what a thankless job. Backhand up the line into the forehand of Alcaraz, and then the slice goes out by Fonseca. 15-40. Like, what a tough job this week, especially with the delays and the scheduling. It's just what a pain in the ass. And he has to sit there and take all the shit that, you know, all the complaints. He is the manager of the tournament, and he does get all the complaints that we all have during the tournament. What a tough job as Alcaraz hits a return winner. Carlos says not today. 2-1. Alcaraz gets the break, and the crowd are quiet. They're like, oh, I want Alcaraz to just do this one to the crowd. He'll never do it. He's too nice, but I hope he does one day. Hope one day he just gets angry. He's like, you know what, shut up. Just shut up, everybody. Shut up. I'm number one. He's too nice to say it, but I'll say it for him. Shut up, everybody. He's number one. 2-1. He's too nice of a guy. All right, 15-0, by the way. Sabalenka, 2-1 with a lead. As Lee hits a forehand in the net, 15-30. Chance for Sabalenka to get an early break point. I feel for James, but he should have started today at 10 o'clock and not released the WTA draw during the India Wells final. I agree. Hey, look, I'm not saying... Yeah, all the things that we've been talking about this week and criticizing the event for whatever reasons, totally valid. But I'm just like, I just look at him watching this match and I'm like, God, he must be having a tough day. Like today and yesterday and the day before, like him sitting around must just have been so, like, what a terrible job to do. Who wants to be a tournament director? Hell no. Like that is such a, especially with a tournament that is not notorious for rain and has no roof. No, thank you. Like this might be one of the hardest tournaments to direct. What a nightmare. But valid, like everything you're saying and everything we've been saying, like, you know, they should have started earlier today or they should have, you know, done the draw later, whatever. The schedule should be different. Like those things don't change. I agree with all those things. But looking at James Blake, you're like, oh God, he must be having a tough week. He must be going through it this week. And you gotta feel bad for him because he's a great player. Seems like a great dude. You just kind of go, oh man. It kind of puts a face to like, we're all like, screw you, Miami. But then you look and you're like, oh, he is the face of this tournament. And you're like, oh, fuck. You feel bad. I wouldn't say, you know, you feel bad. You got to feel bad for him a little bit, you know? Even though all the like we're blaming, we're getting annoyed at things. We're kind of like, oh, but when you see him, his face, and you're like, oh, so yeah, okay, you're doing your best. We get it. He's doing his best. You can only do your best. Fritz wins, nice. By the way, Sabalenka does not break. She gets the deuce. All right, 15 love here. And Alcaraz got the break already. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Someone do something about noisy Brazilian fans. You know what? Why don't you just block your ears? That sounds like a better idea. I like the noise. In fact, they should be louder. They're too quiet. But you just do this one. Just do that, and you'll feel so much better. All right, advantage Sabalenka. Third break point of this game. Serve Lee. Into the forehand of Sabalenka. Return is good. To the backhand of Lee. Sabalenka backhand slice. Lee runs around her backhand. Hits a slice forehand. Into the backhand of Sabalenka. As Lee goes a backhand up the middle. Sabalenka's there with the forehand into the forehand of Lee. Sabalenka backhand cross court. Goes wide and Lee hangs on. Back to deuce. Alcaraz has already hit 5 winners. Are you kidding me? 30-15. He's already hit 5 winners. This man knows no limit to his powers as he gets to 40-15. Like, Alcaraz is just like, yeah, I'm going to hit like all the winners today. Yeah. People think you're going to hit winners? Watch this. Take a look at this drive. 40-15. All right. Now watch this drive. All right. Advantage Sabalenka. To get the break, Alcaraz holds 3-1. Alcaraz. Sabalenka with a chance to get the break early in this match. Advantage Sabalenka. Serve out wide. The backhand of Sabalenka. Return goes into the backhand of Lee. Lee in the net. There's the break for Sabalenka. 3-1. Sabalenka breaks. All right, 15 left in Fonseca as he tries to stay close enough. Now, 15 left in Fonseca. As the return goes short into the corner of Fonseca. Corner from Alcaraz, passing shot. Fonseca volley off the tape. Alcaraz backhand pass, too good. As Fonseca a little unlucky. 15-0. He hit a decent volley, but he just hit the top of the tape and it gave Alcaraz a chance. 15 love, by the way. Beautiful shot from Sabalenka on the backhand. Crushed it to the corner. Was that in? Okay. Hawkeye said yes. All right, 15-0. Fonseca serves. He lets on the first serve. All right, 15-0. Serve out wide as an ace by Fonseca. Great serve. All right, 15-0. Sorry, 30-15. As we return now into the forehand of Fonseca. Good shot. Alcaraz slices it back. But it goes long. 40-15. The crowd go wild. All right, 40-15. Sabalenka with the 30 love. Make that 40 love. All right, 40-15. Fonseca to hold. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Hey, Deb, did I tell you about the bakery trip I went to yesterday? Anyways, that goes out from oh no, it went in by Alcaraz. All right, Fonseca left it, and it landed in. I think Fonseca forgot that Hawkeye's Spanish. I mean, allegedly. I don't know. Where was it? I don't know. Hawkeye is neutral. 40-30. As the return goes into the backhand of Fonseca, backhand to backhand, as Fonseca goes into the forehand of Alcaraz. Fonseca forehand to the backhand of Alcaraz, into the backhand of Fonseca. And Fonseca in the net, we get the deuce. Also, Sabalenka's up 4-1 to start her match. All right, Fonseca's parents in the house. They look immensely proud. All right, serve. Fonseca. There's a fault. Second serve. Fonseca's overhyped. I'm sorry, guys. Apology not accepted. As he double faults. Apology not accepted. You can't just say things and then say, I'm sorry, and expect everybody to be like, yeah, don't worry about it. You just dissed one of our favorite guys, whatever. Apology unaccepted. Did you watch him play Sinner? How could you even say that? Stop lying to yourself. Overhyped. You don't even know what that means. Anyways, backhand for Alcaraz, into the backhand of Fonseca, up the line to the forehand of Alcaraz, Alcaraz in the net, back to deuce. Rage bait, 0 out of 10. Well, it got me, so that's a 1. Love 15 here. Overhyped. One of the most useless words in tennis. Overhyped. Yeah. One of the stupidest words in tennis. Serve. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Fonseca. That's a great shot. That was a great shot. Advantage Fonseca. What a forehand. All right. And Lee hits a great forehand too. Man, that lit the crowd alight. They're going nuts. They're on fire, this crowd. Serve it wide the back of Alcaraz. Turn. Into the forehand of Fonseca. Oh, but he hits it out. Back to deuce. Sabalenka, by the way, 4-1, and she hits it out too. Lee gets the 30-15. All right, 30. Deuce as Fonseca serves. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Return goes wide, and it's advantage Fonseca. Advantage Fonseca. All right, Sabalenka gets the 30-all. She has things to do later. She's busy. She has places to be. All right, Fonseca advantage. As Alcaraz returns it short in the forehand of Fonseca. Alcaraz slices in the ground. Fonseca's forehand is crazy. 3-2. 3-2 Alcaraz, but Fonseca hangs on. His forehand is a 9.4 right now. That is crazy. The forehand is on fire. The Fonseca forehand. All right. 30-40, Sabalenka for the double break. Yeah, first time meeting between these two. Officially. They did play in an exhibition last year, and it was a close straight sets win for Alcaraz, but it was a very interesting match. It was the most serious exhibition match we've had, I think, ever. As the lob goes out, maybe 6 King Slam was a little bit more serious, but it was pretty like we watched it was pretty intense. Magic by Alcaraz. Is that a perfume? All right, deuce. Magic by Alcaraz. That sounds like a cologne. Is Alcaraz selling colognes? What's going on? Magic by Alcaraz. What is that? Does that not sound like a cologne? That's got to be, right? That's got to be a perfume. Is it a sunscreen? Legit? Advantage Lee, by the way. Actually a sunscreen? Anyway, it smells like sunscreen. Is that what you're saying? It smells like sunscreen. Is that what you're saying? Oh, it is a sunscreen. Magic by Alcaraz is a sunscreen. Look, that's interesting. Can somebody send me some? I don't think it's available in Australia. All right, deuce as Lee serves. It's a high-performance facial sunscreen. See, I need that. When I go outside, I burn. And I usually go outside at night. I don't know what happens. I need that. I need that for my face. All right, Alcaraz sits it out, love 15. As Lee gets to advantage. This crowd is hostile. I know, right? How fun. It's so much fun. Love 15. Fonseca wants that break back. Love 15. First serve is a fault, second serve. As the return goes into the front of Alcaraz. Drop shot is in the net. And the crowd go wild. Love 30. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Lee's back at deuce, by the way. All right, love 30. As Lee gets to advantage. All right, return goes to front of Alcaraz. He hits an inside-out winner, 15-30. 15-30. As Lee gets it. A serve to the back of Sabalenka. Lee backhand to the front of Sabalenka. Sabalenka in the net. And Lee holds. 4-2 Sabalenka. She has the break. All right. As Alcaraz comes net with a volley, and it's too good. 30-all. 30-all. All right. Nice serve, Alcaraz. 40-30. Eala Lynette is tomorrow afternoon. Miami time. Philippines time, probably first thing in the morning. Like early morning. Maybe like 5 a.m., 4 a.m. 5 a.m. Probably, maybe like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. It's going to be early morning. Breakfast at Tiffany's. As we got a fault second serve. Second serve, Alcaraz to keep the break. Double fault. Oof. And the crowd go wild. This crowd is unforgiving. Double fault, crowd go wild. Standing ovation like he won an Oscar. Michael B. Jordan had less people celebrating his Oscar than that crowd just celebrated that double fault. I mean, they were on their feet. What the hell? Everybody sit down. Deuce. Never seen a double fault more celebrated. It's crazy. I love it. Back end return. Goes in the forward of Alcaraz. He hits a drop shot in the net. And that gets just as, again, very rare that Alcaraz plays in front of a crowd like this. It is a very rare occurrence. He doesn't play in front of a crowd that cheers every mistake. Rarely happens. In France, against a Frenchman is as close as we could get. Sabalenka missing a forehand easily, 15-40. Alcaraz serves. As a return the net, and Alcaraz survives. Deuce. They're all Brazilian. Yeah, no shit. You're telling me that? I've been watching this match. We watched him play last year here. I mean, we telling me that. Brazilian. Oh, they're all Brazilian, are they? Oh, I thought they were all American. And from Miami. Oh, I'm so... What do you mean? Of course they're Brazilian. Return goes into the forehand of Alcaraz, and he puts that away. That's how you made this crowd quiet their mouths. Bercy against Gaston was brutal. Alcaraz was crying at the changeovers. Was he crying? I don't remember that. But that was in 2021, right? So that was a long time ago. Lee return winner. We're back on serve. Sabalenka broken. 4-3 Lee. 4-3 Sabalenka. Yeah, Demonor played in front of this crowd last year and got through somehow. It's a tough match in the stinking sauna. Alcaraz holds in the end. 4-2. This crowd... There are Alcaraz fans there as well. Don't get it twisted, but it's very... They're not many. There's not as many. It's definitely not like an Eala match where it's 99% Eala. This is more 70-30. There is a louder reaction when Fonseca wins a point, though. The cheers are a little. They've got a little bit more intensity when he wins a point. Alcaraz does get a cheer, though. It's not like it's dead silence. But Fonseca has got the majority of the crowd, for sure. 4-4 rally. Fonseca up the line. Alcaraz with the backhand cross. Fonseca. Cross backhand's good. Alcaraz with a drop shot. How do you control that? Fonseca goes in the volley now and puts it away. Great rally by Fonseca. How did Alcaraz control that drop shot, though? Fonseca hit a massive backhand, and Alcaraz just went, whoop, drop. Fonseca got it, but still, that was a beautiful drop shot of a huge backhand. Like, great control. By the way, does anyone else feel like these guys are like, it's like watching them play a mirror? Like, these guys are playing, it's like they play so similar. Is it just me? I feel like they're playing a very similar style. Like, they both do a lot of the same things. Fonseca's just not hitting as many winners right now, but I don't know. Like, those forehands both look very, I don't know. They play the same in the best way. It goes out on the backhand from Fonseca, 15-0. All right, 15-0. By the way, Lee's broken back on serve at 4-3 to Sabalenka. And that goes out by Lee, 15-love. I love 15, sorry. All right, Fonseca serves. Ace down the tee. Huge serve. 30-15. All right, 30-15. Sabalenka gets to love 30, by the way. She wants that break back. As Fonseca hits another good serve. 40-15. Svitolina wins. Oh, no. Was it bad? Was it bad? Was it bad? It was all right. Jones put up a fight. Wasn't? I thought the score would be worse. Good for Jones. Good fight. As Fonseca in the net with a forehand, it's 40-30. Also, Sabalenka, love 40 to get that break again. Also, quarters up a set and 2-1 against Carabelli. Tsitsipas and Demon are about to start. 40-30. 40-30 Fonseca. As he comes to the net, Alcaraz puts it in the net. It's 4-3 Alcaraz with the break. Alcaraz 4-3 with the break. Sabalenka looking to get the break again. Return from Sabalenka goes into the forehand of Lee. Sabalenka forehand again, the forehand of Lee. But Sabalenka hits it long, and it's 30-40. Svitolina's risen this year. Oh, she's having a great year. She's having a phenomenal year. Slam final this year for Svitolina. What do you reckon? At this stage, at this rate, you got to think like a Wimbledon final or something. Like, Svitolina's got to make a final this year. Like, she's playing too good not to make a final of the Slam this year. It's a chance. Never done it before. All right, back at deuce. Lee serving strong. All right, as Lee serves a fault second serve. As the return goes to the backhand of Lee. Forehand from Sabalenka. Lee with a forehand to the forehand of Sabalenka. Lee can't get that one. Sabalenka with a big shout after that one. Advantage Sabalenka. She's definitely playing good enough. Yeah, I reckon this is the year. Svitolina is a final of a Grand Slam this year. Most likely Wimbledon or US, I think. That feels like that's her opportunity to get to a Slam final. All right. As Lee puts away the smash. And we get back to deuce. Alcaraz got the break here, 4-3. He tries to keep that break. Good body serve from Lee, and then puts away the smash. All right, return from Fonseca into the forehand of Alcaraz. Fonseca backhand. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Fonseca again to the forehand of Alcaraz. Fonseca forehand again. Is cross court. Alcaraz goes up the line wide. Nice hitting by Fonseca. Love 15. Love 15. An advantage Lee here to consolidate her break back. Pegula Svitolina final would be great in a Grand Slam final. Love that. Love that for both of them. Love 15. Alcaraz serves. As Fonseca chips it back. And then a passing shot winner by Fonseca on the backhand. Love 30. Okay. Fonzie wants that break back. Love 30. It wasn't a bad approach by Alcaraz, but the pass was just too solid. Alcaraz flat-footed at the net. That is weird. I think he was expecting down the line. He kind of just didn't have his feet in the right spot. That was a weird... Like, he never lets people pass him unless they hit some ridiculous shot. It was pretty ridiculous, that shot, but... I don't know. Alcaraz is just a bit flat on that shot. Then he serves an ace because clutch, you know? 15-30. Also advantage Sabalenka to get the break. Again. Like you said, it all depends on the draw, but personality, a possibility for a Svitolina final? Yeah. Well, yeah, obviously. It definitely depends on the draw. Oh, Fonseca in the net on the return. That was a poor return. Second serve, return in the net, 30-all. That was a bad return from Fonseca. He needed to at least make that return. That was a bad miss. That was a bad miss. 30-all. Yeah, that was at least a chance to... He should have made the return. He might have still lost the point, but at least get the return. Off the second serve. He gets that return, but it's in the net. Good serving Alcaraz, because that's the thing. If you get a second serve at 15-30 and you don't take it, Alcaraz is going to serve a big bomb at 30-all and you're not going to hold. You're not going to break. Those are the half chances that you have to at least not let Alcaraz get a free point. You got to make him win the point. But giving him a second serve return in the net, that's never going to work. Great, and then Alcaraz hits two big serves, right? Like, we know this because we watch so much Alcaraz. We know about Sinner too. Like, you gotta at 15-30 second serve, you gotta get it back in. You have to get it back in because otherwise, like he just did, right? 30-all, and he just did two massive serves. That was your chance. Like, you had this little bit of you have to do that. Same with Sinner though. Sinner's the exact same. You know, if you have a second serve return at 15-30 or love 30, and you don't don't get the return and make it interesting, then you're not going to win the next points because they're going to hit two aces or unreturnables. Alcaraz with a smash, Fonseca with a slice in the net. Love 15. Love 15. Number one for a reason. That's it. That's part of the reason. By the way, Sabalenka is not getting this break. Lee is stubborn. She was up 4-1, Sabalenka. Chance to go to 5-1. That's a long time ago. I don't like Alcaraz with my guts. Okay? Anyways, 15-all. Fonseca serving to stay in the set. As Lee with a slice. Into the backhand slice, Sabalenka. Lee with a forehand. Goes long. We're back at deuce. As he hits a great serve, Fonseca. 30-15. All right, 30-15. As return. Goes in the corner of Alcaraz, and Alcaraz pushes it wide. 40-15. I hope Alcaraz bagels Fonseca in the second set. I don't like Fonseca. Can you leave? Can you leave? Get him out of here. 40-15. 7 to the front of Alcaraz. Return goes in the front of Fonseca. Up the line to the back of Alcaraz. Fonseca, backhand. Inside out to the front of Alcaraz is Fonseca. Goes again in the front of Alcaraz. In the front of Fonseca. Alcaraz forward again. Fonseca slices it long and it's 40-30. Get him out of here. No, I'm just kidding. All right, 40-30. As Fonseca serves. Here's a fault. As the return goes in the front of Fonseca. Alcaraz forehand on the stretch. Off the tape, goes wide. Fonseca holds. But Alcaraz has the break. He's going to serve for the set. 5-4 to Carlos. Sabalenka with a slice. That goes out. Lee finally holds. That was like a 12 minutes game. 4-all. Sabalenka's in a fight. This crowd is going nuts. This crowd is going nuts. Nuts. Crazy. Crazy. All right. Alcaraz going to serve for this set. All right. All right, Sabalenka 4-all, by the way. 15 love. A backhand to backhand rally. Lee again to the back of Sabalenka. Lee with the forehand. Winner. 15-all. Beautiful shot. Inside our forehand winner from Lee. Kwame is going to take on Lehechka very soon. That match, the match just before just ended. Oh, nice. We're going to keep an eye on that as well. See how he can back up that amazing win from yesterday. All right. Alcaraz serving for the set. And we have a fault from Alcaraz. Second serve. As the return goes in the foot of Alcaraz. Backhand from Fonseca as Alcaraz forehand at the backhand again of Fonseca. Forehand rally. And then Fonseca hits in the net. 15 love, Alcaraz. Also 30-15 Sabalenka. 15 love. Serving the forehand of Fonseca. Alcaraz backing up the line. As Fonseca forehand to the forehand of Alcaraz. Backhand of Fonseca. Again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Fonseca backhand again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Sliced. Fonseca with a forehand slice. Alcaraz hits a forehand inside in for a winner. Beautiful shot. 30 love. Crazy shot. Just glides. That was a decent slice. I mean, Alcaraz had to hit a winner too. If Fonseca got that, it would have been a cross-court winner from him. But beautiful shot by Carlos. Also, Sabalenka 40-15. All right, 30 love Alcaraz. He serves. Into the backhand of Fonseca. Return goes long. 40 love. Alcaraz to take the first set. By the way, chat, I did say how important this match was and to cancel all your plans. And hopefully, you know, if you are on a date right now, then you're right here and you're watching it with your partner / future partner / whatever. But if you're not here and you're watching the replay and you're like, I missed the whole thing. What are you doing? 4-1 now from Alcaraz. That's a winner. There's the first set, 6-4. But I feel like this is almost, as much as it is for Fonseca, like a good, test, right? To see where he is, right, compared to the best players. I also feel like it's an interesting test for between where Sinner and Alcaraz are right now. Like it's almost as much of a test for them the last couple of weeks too, right? Like to see how Alcaraz is handling Fonseca a bit better than Sinner did. And again, I mean, it's a different court, whatever you want to say, but I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of like we got to look at how the performance of Sinner and Alcaraz against Fonseca is as well as just how Fonseca plays against those guys. Like I feel like, because we haven't had a Sincaraz match, so it's hard to judge where Alcaraz and Sinner are independently against each other. We haven't seen them play yet. So, it's and look, obviously if you look at head-to-head, you look at all those things. If you look at records for the year, you go, oh, well, Alcaraz has been better this year. Yeah. But does that play out when they're playing against somebody who's playing at a very high level as well, right? So far, yeah, Alcaraz is handling Fonseca better, but he is also having a better year based on paper, right? So, I don't know. It's just interesting. I feel like it's just an interesting test for those guys too. Because they haven't played each other. That's the ultimate test when they play each other. But I don't know. Playing Fonseca, I know they both played Djokovic as well, which is another, guy that, okay, we can learn about how Alcaraz and Sinner, they don't have to necessarily play each other to be like, who's better. We can judge how they play against those guys that we all rate very highly as well, right? So I don't know. Without having to watch Sinner versus Alcaraz, we can kind of get a nice idea of, not just based on records in 2026, but I don't know. This is a good test for Alcaraz. Because we just saw what Sinner had to deal with. There was a lot of rain today, by the way. Yeah, there was a lot of rain. I quit my job to watch this match. That's crazy. We could have listened to it at work, maybe. But also, why would you quit your job? That's a little too much. Priorities, you also got to first of all, tennis should, whatever. I know you're kidding. Anyways, Fonseca serving first in the second. As we return now from Alcaraz, Sinner's not here. He's not here. He'll be back tomorrow. 15 love. Hey, Tammy, thanks for becoming a member. Appreciate that. All right. As that goes out by Sabalenka, 30 love Lee as Fonseca comes in with a volley. Alcaraz puts up the lob and, it's a beautiful lob. Fonseca wasn't ready for the lob, which made it even better. What a lob. That was a decent volley. It hit the tape, so it kind of sat up a little bit, but man, that lob was spectacular. I mean, it had Fonseca lunging for it, which makes it look even better because you see how much effort Fonseca had to get to not even get to it, Crazy lob. Whereas if Fonseca didn't try, it would have just looked like a routine. But the effort from Fonseca made the lob look even better. 15-30. Fonseca in trouble already. Fonseca's got to be careful because Alcaraz hitting winners. All right, 15:30. Sabalenka's pissed. Yeah, she's not having a good time. All right, 15:30. Second serve, Fonseca. And the return goes in the backhand of Fons. Forehand from Alcaraz cross court. Fonseca gets on the stretch. Alcaraz forehand again. Fonseca slice. Alcaraz unleashing hell. As hit the forehand on the line. Passing shot from Fonseca. Volley from Alcaraz good. Fonseca hit the lob. It's too short. And it goes wide anyway. Alcaraz just got too many tricks. And that's been the difference. Alcaraz has got just one too many tricks for Fonseca. 15:40. Alcaraz get the break. Also 5-all Lee and Sabalenka. Sabalenka is having a tough day. All right, 15:40 Alcaraz. As the return goes into the forehand of Fonseca. Alcaraz backhand. Off the tape. Or goes long and Fonseca hits a winner anyway just for good luck. He didn't need to hit that. It was out. But he just crushed it anyway just to go, yeah, I can hit winners too. Don't worry. That was a statement passing shot for no reason but to show Alcaraz he can do it. 30-40. Still break point here for Carlos. As the return goes in, the forehand of Fonseca. That's a good shot. Alcaraz's passing shot goes wide, and Fonseca survives. Deuce. All right. Love 30, by the way. Sabalenka is in trouble. All right. Love 30 Sabalenka. She is in trouble. All right, serve again. As Alcaraz tries to get the early break in the second, but that goes out by Fonseca. It's another break point for Alcaraz. Advantage Alcaraz. Advantage Alcaraz. 15-40. Sorry, 30 all by the way, Sabalenka. All right. There's Alcaraz. Hits a drop shot winner. And Fonseca is broken. First game of the second. 1-love Alcaraz with a set and a break. All right. 1-love. All right. Sabalenka holds, by the way, 6-5 first set. All right. One of his good drop shots of the night. I mean, he has a phenomenal drop shot. All right, Alcaraz 15-love. Sabalenka, by the way, was in control of this match. And now she is in a fight. All right, 15-love. Alcaraz serves again. Into the forehand for Fonseca. Forehand from Alcaraz goes wide. 15-all. Sabalenka is a Taurus. So am I, and we're very stubborn. Is that true? I'm not very familiar with star signs. As that backhand goes in from Alcaraz, backing up from Fonseca, again the backhand of Alcaraz. And Alcaraz hits it wide. And it's 15-30. All right, 15:30. As Fonseca slices the return, Alcaraz winds up and smacks the forehand for a winner. 30-all. My mum was a Taurus, and it's true. Okay. All right, Alcaraz hit 12 forehand winners in this match. Okay. Fonseca's hit 0 forehand winners. That's not right. Is that right? Must be what? It must be. Anyways. 30-all. Second serve. Here we go. Let's see if Fonseca can make this count. Double fault. That helps. All right. Break back point for Fons. 30-40. All right. 30-40. 30-40. As the return goes into the front of Alcaraz, and he puts that away. Jeez, that is a crazy drive volley. Deuce. All right, 40-15 here. Lee tries to get to this tiebreak. She hits a winner down the line. She does get the tiebreak. Sabalenka is in a fight. As with a drop shot now from Alcaraz. Oh, Fonseca got it. But then Alcaraz hits a passing shot winner. I don't think... Oh, wait, did they... Oh! The umpire said not up. So if Fonseca got this, they're going to replay the point. Wow. They're going to check whether or not Fonseca got there. And it looked like it did bounce twice. I'm not gonna lie. That was a great drop shot. I don't think Fonseca got there but I'm pretty sure if Fonseca did get there, they're going to replay the point because it was called not up. He got there. So they're going to replay the point. That's a huge call. He got there, right? Man, that is a blurry-ass vision. What's going on? Great drop shot. Quick feet. Did he get there? Oh, they're really milking this. Oh, wait. Oh, no, he didn't get there. No, he didn't get there. That bounced. That bounced twice. That definitely hit the ground twice. Did Alcaraz win the point? That bounced twice. That for sure bounced twice. Zoom in. Enhance. Enhance. That hit the ground twice. That looked like it hit the ground the second time. And I love Fonz, but that hit the ground twice. That bounced twice. He scooped it, but that hit the ground. There's no gap between the ball and his rat. Yeah, that bounced. He for sure hit that. That for sure bounced twice. That bounced twice. Fonzie knows it. He's walking to the other side. He knows it. The front vision's shit. The side vision shows it. The front view is... the front view... Oh, it's... Oh, wow! They called it one bounce! That was... the front view looked like one bounce. The side view looked double bounce. I reckon that hit the ground. Alcaraz is not bothered. He doesn't care. He's like, whatever. Very close call. Fonseca was happy to concede. He was walking to the other side. Anyways, backhand return goes to backhand of Alcaraz, and Fonseca gets a backhand, and it goes out, and Alcaraz wins a point anyway, so that nobody has to worry about it. Everything's fine. Advantage Alcaraz. 3-1 Sabalenka, by the way. That, I don't know, chat. That looked like it hit the ground on the side view. Front view, which was, by the way, completely screwed by the net. You couldn't see because the net was all in the way. But the side view, it definitely had a second bounce. So I don't think they made the right call there. Either way, Alcaraz won the point, so it doesn't really matter, and he wins the game 2-love. It didn't make any difference to the match, but still, questionable call. I think there was... And by the way, I feel like if there's reasonable doubt, and the umpire calls not up, it should go back to the umpire. If there's any doubt, because there was definitely doubt. There's no way you could confidently look at that and go, that definitely didn't bounce twice. There was so much, that was so close. Especially that side view. That side view looked very close. It looked like it hit the ground, the side view. Front view, it looked like he got it. But the side view, I mean... Anyways, Alcaraz wins a point and wins the game anyway, so who cares? And he's up 2-love with a break in the second. Also, Lee comes from 3-love to 3-0 in the tiebreak. Fonseca hits it out, love 15. Love 15. 1 hour played, by the way. Can we slow down? It's going too fast. Hang on a second. This match is going way too quick. Serve at the back of Alcaraz. Return goes in the corner for Fonseca. He puts it away. 15-0. Sabalenka 3-0 in this tiebreak. All right. Serve again from Lee. Into the back end of Sabalenka. Lee with the forehand. The forehand of Sabalenka up the line. And Sabalenka hits it wide. Lee's won 4 points in a row. All right. Alcaraz with a return long. And it's 30-15. All right, 4-3 Lee in this tiebreak. Sabalenka with a short ball. Puts it away. It's 4-0. All right, 4-4. Also, Fonseca with a lovely inside-out forehand back behind Carlos. That was too good. 40-15. All right, Sabalenka 4-all in this tiebreak. Like other sports, just got to say call stands if it's not conclusive. I agree. That's something that kind of bugs me. Is that like it's almost? I mean, the umpires are basically becoming redundant because they're really not officiating. You know, they don't call lines anymore. They don't overrule those calls anymore. So that they don't do that. They call the score. They try and keep the peace when players are getting a little rowdy. But I mean, if they're not making calls, I mean, I guess they did make a call then, but like if they're getting involved for no reason, but that felt like a wrong call. I don't know. It didn't feel like they made the right call, but also they made a call like it was, obviously it was one bounce. Was it though? I don't feel like that was a oh yeah, they give out time violations too. I mean, if they confidently gave said it was one bounce, and I'm like, but I don't know, was it though? Like, inconclusive would have been a much more, like, 'cause I don't know what they saw that I didn't. But they obviously saw, maybe they have a different angle that we didn't get to see. Again, it doesn't matter, but it's also like, what happens if it did matter, right? What happens if this happens in an important point? By the way, Sabalenka, speaking of important points, gets a let cord. And she gets a set point. 6-5 Sabalenka with a let cord. By the way, if it is not up, if Fonseca did get there in time, why did they call not up? Like, it was right where the umpire was watching too. I mean, why get involved? Also, let Alcaraz decide if it's not up. If he thinks it was not up, he could decide to review. But why did the umpire get involved if it was actually not up? It was up. Anyways, forehand goes out by Lee. Sabalenka takes the set in a very tough one. It was 4-1 and she was dominating. And then Lee came back and Sabalenka gets it done. But that was a marathon first set for Sabalenka. 63 minutes. But look, Muhammad Liani is one of the most animated umpires, so he loves to get involved. So I'm not surprised that he's the one who called not up. I feel like he is notoriously, like, the umpires all have their their own, like, their special, like, they're all, like, they love one part of the tennis rules. Like, you've got some love to give out time violations, right? Some love to just get involved with not ups or, you know, the rain delays, and they jump out on court as soon as the raindrop happens. They, whoa, don't get wet. They, like, freak out. And then there's other players that call hindrances. Like, you know, that's their favorite rule, right? I mean, every umpire has their favorite rule. All right, 30 love. Alcaraz has the break 2-1. As that goes the net from Fonseca, 40 love. This crowd is starting to quiet down. All right, 40 love. All right, 40 love. As the return goes into the forehand of Alcaraz, that's a crushing forehand. What the hell was that shot? There's no way you can hit the ball that hard and it still goes in. That was crazy. Somebody check if that ball's okay. Jeez. What the hell? That ball broke. There's no way that ball survived. That's crazy. 3-1. Holy shit. He hit that very aggressively. That was way too aggressive. That was too hard. He didn't need to hit that hard. All right, Fonseca backhand. Into the forehand of Alcaraz, cross court, the forehand of Fonseca. Into the backhand of Alcaraz, Fonseca backhand. Again, the backhand of Alcaraz sliced. Into the forehand of Fonseca. That's a good shot. Alcaraz gets it. Fonseca forehand. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. It's Fonseca slice on the stretch. Alcaraz forehand. Inside in. Great shot. Fonseca in the net. Love 15. It is interesting, chat. Watching, I love that we get to see Fonseca take on Alcaraz and Sinner back to back. I love that we get to see this. Because my theory on how Fonseca would do it against both guys is, and I'm not like trying to be like, I what I said was right. You guys probably didn't even hear me anyway. But like, I'm excited that like, oh yeah, okay. Fonseca definitely, he's shown so much potential, right? And he definitely can play these guys. Maybe he's a little bit young, maybe a little bit green, give him a year or two and maybe he takes a set, maybe he takes a win, right? Right now, though, in the first one, he's only 19, he's got time to get better and it's a great test. But I am loving the fact that, Fonseca was always going to be better against Sinner because Alcaraz is good against Sinner and he plays more like Alcaraz than Sinner, right? But when he's playing Alcaraz, it's a very much Alcaraz does what Fonseca does better, right? Like, Fonseca does what Alcaraz does, but Alcaraz is the best at what he does. That's why he's the best player on the planet. As Fonseca volleys that in the net, exactly like that. Alcaraz would have made that volley, right? So to see, Alcaraz play a version of himself that isn't developed yet, it's showing that, of course Alcaraz is winning this matchup because they play so similar. But also, of course, they both trouble Sinner because the way that their game matches up against Sinner is so similar too, right? And we saw that with Fonseca last week. By the way, Fonseca, if we're talking about a fitness point of view, he should have been wrecked by Sinner after coming out of the pole match and also the Hashanov match. And tonight, he should have been a lot more closer because of the match. He only played one match, which was a 3-setter yesterday, but still, the fitness levels, he shouldn't have been as close to Sinner as he was. And then tonight, he probably should have been closer to basing it off, coming into this match with those levels of fitness. But again, style-wise, Alcaraz just does what Fonseca does better than he does right now. And I think it's going to be tough for Fonzie to try and beat Alcaraz's own game, right? Like, Alcaraz is like, you can't beat me at this game. I know how to beat. I am this game. But against Sinner, that's where Fonseca is probably going to have a bit more success. Because he can just look at Alcaraz's game and go, what do you do against him? Okay, I'll try that. I can do those things as well, but not as good as you, but I can do those things. You know what I mean? Whereas the guys that beat Alcaraz, is nobody. There's nobody beats Alcaraz. But like the guys that Alcaraz has lost to have a very similar style. If you notice, like Medvedev, obviously Djokovic has tested Alcaraz more, right? Even Sinner, right? They have that kind of consistency about them as Fonseca holds and like revs the crowd up. But Fonseca's not like Medvedev, right? He's more of a punchy guy like Alcaraz is. So you know what I'm saying? Like it is really interesting. That's why I love this, like watching these matches with Fonseca, just to learn more about his game and just see if how's he going to beat Alcaraz in the future if he plays him more? He's going to probably have to play a little bit more like a Sinner or a Medvedev or a consistent guy, right? He's going to have to maybe not try and go for the winners so much. Because I don't think getting in a brawl with Alcaraz is a good idea. You're going to have to get in like a little bit more of a defensive like rally situation than Alcaraz. Trying to like crush forehands through Alcaraz, yeah, okay, you're going to get winners sometimes, but it's not very often that Alcaraz loses to guys that hit the ball harder than him. In fact, who was the last guy that beat Alcaraz with power? I can't even think. Like, who's a guy that beats Alcaraz with power recently? Because Norrie's not powerful, not in the way I'm thinking, right? Maybe Runa, but then Barcelona, Alcaraz was injured, right? So maybe Runa, So Fonseca's going to have to figure out, okay, because you can't play the same game against Sinner. It's funny because when Medvedev plays Sinner, right? We saw that in Indy Wells. That style of just rally, unless you're Djokovic, doesn't really work against Sinner. But it might work a bit against Alcaraz, right? If you're more consistent. It's just so, I love that we can have these conversations too, because Sinner and Alcaraz are so good, but they're so different. Like they're not like just the same player and they're just dominating because they play the exact same. They play they play different, not so different, but they definitely play different. They have different strengths and they have different like matchup issues, right? Players that try and hit the ball through Sinner, they can win. Menchik, Bublik, right? And then you got Alcaraz who if you're a brick wall, you can maybe get Alcaraz, especially if he's not playing as clean as he usually does. I love that. I love that we're not just watching two copies of each other just dominating. And then Fonseca jumps in and he's more Alcaraz than Sinner, and then we get to see where he fits in. And then Tien's more Sinner than Alcaraz. We haven't seen Tien play Alcaraz yet, but that could be really interesting. Maybe that's competitive. Maybe Tien can get him. Maybe I don't know. We haven't seen Menchik play these guys enough, right? I mean, it's and there's a bunch of other guys. I mean, we only just talk about 3 dudes, but there's a lot of other dudes that are in that equation too. All right, 4-1 up the line into the back end of Alcaraz. Back end now from Fonseca. Love 15 here. Fonzie looking for that break back in a backhand rally. As Alcaraz back in again, the back end of Fonseca. Alcaraz backhand into the forehand of Fonseca, and Fonseca gets along. Cam is talking so much to justify Joao's skills, whatever. I know, he speaks for himself. You don't need me to tell you how good he is. He should. If you don't think Fonseca's good, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know. Are you watching this match? Are you watching any tennis? You're right. I shouldn't even have to justify Joao. He's a beast. You're right. Sorry. Here I am trying to be Fonseca's really good. Believe me. I don't need to justify. He's obviously great. You're right. You're right. Why am I don't need to defend his skills. Look how good he is. He almost beat Sinner last week. All right, 30-40, by the way. Lee's about to get the break back. Oh, Fonseca just missed the return. 30-15. All right, as that goes in the net by Sabalenka, and she gets broken. All right, back on serve, 1-1. All right, Lee is not going away. All right, Alcaraz got the set in the break, 30-15. Alcaraz with a great serve. 40-15. By the way, I'm just waiting for somebody to come and be see, I told you Fonseca's bad. Okay, he lost to Alcaraz. See, Fonseca was very terrible at tennis because he lost to Alcaraz. Okay. Who's going to say it? Go on. Go on. Get out your systems now. Go on. Come on. I've given you permission to say stupid things. Go on. Say the stupid thing. Go on. I know someone's waiting for it. So, come on, somebody out there's going, I want to tell everybody how bad Fonseca is for this match. Yeah, okay. Go on. Go on, get out your systems. Make yourself feel better. All right, 40-30. Go on. Just lie to yourself one more time. Go on. 40-30. All right, Alcaraz serves again to keep the break. There's a return. Goes into the front of Alcaraz. That's wide. All right, we get the deuce. It is not over yet. You are correct. You are correct. Maybe that's what they're waiting. Cam is literally a child. If I was a child, this facial hair would be disturbing. Can you imagine? A child with a beard? That's kind of creepy. Remove your tattoos. Damn it. They don't come off. All right, deuce. Backhand in the net by Alcaraz. Fonseca with a chance to get the break back. Advantage Fons. All right, by the way, Sabalenka with a chance to get the break again. Backing up the line. Lead with a slice. Sabalenka volley in the net. She had the entire court. Sabalenka knows it. And she just pokes the net like, what are you doing? All right, advantage Fonseca. Alcaraz with the fault. And the crowd lose their minds. Jeez. That wasn't very subtle. Second serve. Second serve. Into the back of the Joao. Joao in the net. Oh. Fonseca missed. Sabalenka breaks. 3 breaks in a row in this second set for Sabalenka and lead. All right, man. Fonseca, that was it. Second serve return in the net. He's had a couple of those, Fonseca. All right, Alcaraz serves it. A fault. Second serve. Serving to the backhand of Fonseca. Fonseca in the net. Advantage Alcaraz. And see, this is the thing with Fonzie, and I love that we're learning this because, you know, he's getting the best education by playing these guys now. He just is lacking that little bit of polish, right? That little bit, that you know, the difference between, you know, him in the top 10 and him in the top, you know, these top guys. It's just not, you know, Alcaraz makes those shots. Sinner makes those shots, right? As Alcaraz puts away the forehand. Like they take those little chances, those half chances. And he's 19. These guys, Alcaraz is what, 22? Sinner's 24. Fonzie's got time. But it's just those moments where you're like, if he makes that backhand, what happens? If he makes that return. And we'll find out because he will start making those returns in the future. But it's fun to watch him at this point. Just lacking that little bit of, and by the way, lacking it against the best players and the best to do it right now, right? I mean, yeah, you're a little bit worse than Alcaraz now. I'll take that any day. Yeah, he's only 19, right? But like, it's so good. It's such a great test for him now because he can go back and go, okay, now I know what these guys are like, and I can watch back. And Joao's definitely a student, right, of the game. He's not going to go back and go party in Brazil and not watch the tape. He'll be watching this tape as soon as this match is over to figure out, okay, where did I go wrong? How could I be better next time? What did I do? What did he do that makes him? And then, like, again, we're going to see Fonseca this year. The more he gets to play these kind of guys, the better he's going to get. And by the end of the year, he's going to be a force. Serves an ace-7-T. If he stays healthy. If he stays healthy, though, because, of course, it's all about if you can't play because you get injured, then that's a problem. But if he stays healthy, it's going to be really fun. We're going to see, like, by the end of the year, Fonseca's going to be a beast. Return goes in the net by Alcaraz. All right, 30-15. Sabalenka, by the way, is setting a break in her match. All right, 30-15 on both courts. As the backhand goes in the backhand of Fonseca. Alcaraz with the forehand. Into the backhand of Fonseca. Cross court crushes the backhand winner. All right, I tell you, Fonseca's backhand today has been a very interesting shot. It's worked very well. He's been crushing ground strokes. In fact, his shot quality is higher than Alcaraz on the ground. But Alcaraz is serving better and returning better. But yeah, Fonseca is playing, especially in, he had a bad start to the first set, but, since that middle of the first set, he's been playing at a very high level, Fons as well. Just hasn't got he hasn't got the games to show for it. All right, 40-30 Sabalenka to take the 3-1 lead in the second. And Fonseca, he's just trying to hang on in this second set. Just trying to keep it close. All right, first serve is a fault. Second serve. By the way, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We're nearly at, we're trying to get to 300 by the end of the year. 400 rally. Oh, Fonseca hits it long. And Alcaraz gets the deuce. All right. Fonseca at deuce. Sabalenka also at deuce. All right. Nice shot down the line from Fonseca. Alcaraz puts up a lob. As Fonseca with a smash. He puts it away. Advantage Fonseca, who's still shaking the fist. Despite the score, he's still shaking the fist. Love to see it. Advantage Fonseca. To just keep things close. Serve. Here's a fault. Second serve. As a return goes out by Alcaraz and Fonseca holds, but he's still down a set and a break. All right. 4-3 Alcaraz in the second. All right. 4-3 Alcaraz. All right. Sabalenka down a break point. She serves into the back of the Lee. Return goes long, and it's deuce. All right, back to deuce. Sabalenka trying to keep this break. All right, return from Lee goes in the backhand of Sabalenka. Lee with the backhand into the net. Advantage Sabalenka. Advantage Sabalenka. To go to 3-1 in the second. Return goes in the front of Sabalenka. Sabalenka gets a drop shot in the net, though, and back to deuce. All right. And Sabalenka with a great serve. Return goes out by Lee. And it's advantage Sabalenka as Alcaraz serves an ace. 15 love. Now Alcaraz serves again. He serves a fault second serve. Cam, love the shirt. Thank you. All right, backhand return the net by Fonseca. And again, I think the second serve returns are definitely going to be a point for Fonseca to work on. Like, that's been probably the biggest errors from Fonseca have been just missed second serve returns. Like, he has missed a lot of second serve returns at important moments, right? Like, that feels like one of the standouts that he needs to be better at next time. Great drop shot by Alcaraz, and Fonseca hits it long. 40 love. Sabalenka holds in the end, 3-1. All right, Alcaraz, 40 love. Let's go to 5. Was Alcaraz just stretching his legs? Is Alcaraz feeling it out there a little bit? I think Alcaraz was he's just stretching, he was just flexing the legs. Shaking him out. I reckon he might be feeling a little bit of stiffness. It is humid. Forehand now from Alcaraz. Crushes it into the slice of Fonseca. Alcaraz backhand to the backhand of Fonseca. Alcaraz backhand up the line. Fonseca gets with the forehand up the line into the slice of Alcaraz. Fonseca winds up and hits a forehand winner, 40-15. I think Alcaraz might be feeling his legs. It might be too late for Fonseca, but I mean, interesting to see if Alcaraz plays somebody else. This is the second round. There's a lot more tournament left to go, and the night sessions are sweaty. There are some players in the draw that might be watching this, going, "Hang on, I got to play him. I want to play him at night, and maybe I'm going to just test his limits." Great pickup by Alcaraz, and then Fonseca with a pass, but Alcaraz with a volley. Fonseca slices it wide. Alcaraz is too good. Alcaraz too good. He clinches the fist. 5-3. But I don't know. Interesting. Who's in the draw that could test Alcaraz physically, though? Khachanov? Korda's coming up next. So, Korda could make it interesting. But I don't know. Khachanov is a pretty physical player. He did play Fonseca. Wait, so no, who did he play? Khachanov played Fonseca last week, but he did play Alcaraz already this year. And Alcaraz won in 3, so... But I don't know. Maybe Fritz in the quarters? If Fritz is... Fritz can be pretty physical as well. He can drag rallies out. Interesting. Or maybe it's just because Fonseca is making Alcaraz work harder than he wants to on day one. Maybe Alcaraz after today is going to be like, yeah, I was a little sore, but also when I play the next guy, I'm going to be better. I'm going to be much more... my legs are going to work better. As Fonseca misses the forehand, 15-0. But yeah, interesting. Had Fonseca not have been broken early in this set, it would be much more interesting if it was on serve. But Alcaraz, yeah. It's not the first time this year that... It's not the only time this year we've talked about Alcaraz's legs. $15. That goes to the net by Alcaraz, 30-15. $30-15. Also Sabalenka with a set and a break. 3-2 in the second. She's up 15 love. As Fonseca serves a let. By the way, if Fonseca goes down 4-4 against Alcaraz and also goes down 6-6 against Sinner, not a bad first match for Fonseca. I think that's a pass. That's a pass for me. All right, 30-15. As a return from Alcaraz is shanked into the forehand of Fonseca. Alcaraz backing up the line. Fonseca gets with the forehand cross. Alcaraz forehand again to the forehand of Fonseca. Sliced. As Alcaraz forehand inside out. Fonseca pass. Alcaraz slice forehand approach. The lob's too short. Alcaraz volleys it away. And it's 30-0. Is it true that there are 52 singles games today? There wasn't because they didn't get them all done. There was rain delays, so they didn't get 52 done today, I don't think. Fonseca sneezes. Cam, you love to see it. Did Fonseca sneeze? That's amazing. Can't believe that's crazy. Anyways, backhand pass. And Alcaraz volleys it long. Nice pass, 40-30. All right. To make Alcaraz serve for the match. Also, 40-15 Sabalenka to keep that break. As Lee hits it wide on the return. Fonseca comes in with a forehand winner. All right. Alcaraz going to serve for this match. 4-2 by Sabalenka in the second here. All right. Alcaraz serving for this match. But again, as a Fonseca fan, and I'm not even going to pretend like I'm not. Cam, you like Fonseca? I never would have guessed. Yeah, I think he's awesome. And as a self-appointed co-president, along with Leon, of the fan club, Fonseca fan club, self-appointed, unofficial fan club. I give him against Sinner, I give him an A, and against Fonseca, against Alcaraz, I give him a B. I think an A and a B is a good score for your first attempt at playing the two best players right now. I want to see him play Djokovic, though. Bring Djokovic on. What is he going to do? What does Djokovic-Fonseca look like? We need that match. One time in our lives, we need that match. That's my next that's the next match I want to see. I don't want to see him play these guys again until maybe the US Open. Well, let's Sinner versus Fonseca, Alcaraz. Maybe Sinner Fonseca on the clay. Maybe, I don't know. But I want to see him play Djokovic next. Somebody half or double his age. That's what I want to see. The greatest versus the Brazilian. Don't worry, we'll edit out the pause. 5-4. But yeah, I would give him an A and a B because I think he was phenomenal against Sinner. I think he shocked a lot of people. But today he's come up a little bit short against Alcaraz, who is the best player on the planet. And the reason why he's the best player on the planet is because he's clutch. And there's definitely room for improvement. But he has not embarrassed himself. Like if anybody's walking around going, oh, Alcaraz just destroyed him, you didn't watch this match at all. You just hate Fonseca. You just got something against Fonseca if you think he got destroyed. If this was like a 2 and a 2, I'd be like, oh, that sucks. There's a lot more work to go. But this has been a good performance. A solid meeting against Alcaraz. All right, 15 love. Alcaraz 3 points away. By Sabalenka's got to set in a break. She's got 2 games to get 2 games away from winning the match. And keeping her defense alive as with a backhand from Alcaraz in the middle to the forehand of the backhand of Fonseca. Now forehand from Fonseca into the forehand of Alcaraz. Fonseca with the slice. Goes in the net. 30 love. And it's only been 1 break in each set, right? It's only been Alcaraz getting the break in each set and not giving it back. And the thing with Alcaraz, and he's shown this tonight, like if you cannot make mistakes against Alcaraz. Like if you hit a shit drop shot or you miss a backhand return on a second serve, he will make you pay. You cannot let Alcaraz you can't give him anything because he will make you pay. Drop shot is not good enough. And Alcaraz, missed it though. Maybe that time he just missed it, Alcaraz. By the way, Alcaraz is walking around like Jannik Sinner. And not in like my feet have got blisters. In the more like, my legs are sore. Like, what the hell is he? He's walking. Alcaraz is weird. There's something going on. He definitely not walking around like he looks like he's like strutting, but he doesn't usually walk like that. Alcaraz has got hair. His legs are heavy. 30-50. He's feeling it tonight. He's walking around real weird. Anyways, good body serve. Return goes short. Alcaraz forehand to the back and Joao hits it wide. There was a little chance there to hit a pass, but it would have been a hell of a shot. Alcaraz too strong, like 40-15. I don't think cramps. I'm going to go with like fatigue. I'm not going to go cramps, but he's definitely walking around a little bit tender on those feet, on those calf muscles. He's definitely not dancing around as he serves an ace out wide. That helps. There's the match. Alcaraz gets the win, and Fonseca learns a bit of a lesson. Didn't get schooled. By the way, Alcaraz looks like he lost the match. Like, that's how, like, Joao's just like, good match. And Alcaraz is just like he's walking around like he's had a couple of beers. Like, what? He's stumbling around in the dark. Like, what the hell's going on? Fonseca looks fresh. As Alcaraz does the golf thing, because Rory's in the house. All right. But Alcaraz gets through. He passes the test. All right. GG's. And he shows respect to Fonseca, who obviously had the crowd. I mean, this crowd is going nuts for him. They love him. Miami is Joao's house. We found that out last year when he played Tien. And Tien got no love. And he's in America and he was getting no love. But that's just too good. That's why Alcaraz is the best. He's number one for that reason, chat. He's better than everybody. Hey, Azza, thank you for the 45 months as a tier 2 member. Appreciate that. And thank you, Charging Tennis Clips for the 55. Appreciate that. Why can't you remove your tattoos? Because I don't want to. I like my tattoos. And if you don't like them, I didn't get them for you. All right. We still got Sabalenka, by the way, who's not out of the woods yet. She is in trouble out on court 3. We're going to merge the streams in a second. Sabalenka with an ace down the tee, though. That's clutch. What a rude celebration. Why so negative? What do you mean? Alcaraz just did the golf. Like, he just went like this. What's rude about that? Nothing wrong with that. Rory McIlroy's in the house. That's why he did the golf swing. I don't see any problem with that. Jay!
LFG Carlos, vamos, the dude did it into the issue with his leg is that he jammed it during one of the slides. It was with his ankle or knee that got jammed. Hope it's not a big issue.
Hey, thank you, Jay, for the clarification. That's yeah, well, hopefully it's not a big issue, but that's probably better than any sort of cramp fatigue issue. Thank you, Jay, for the clarification. How much money to remove your tattoos? None. Why would I get rid of my tattoos? What's your problem? Bro, how much for you to leave me alone? 5-3. Yeah, I think Alcaraz gets the day off tomorrow too, so he has a day to recover. So yeah, but that makes sense. I didn't see him jam his legs, so that hopefully that's okay. But yeah, he's got a couple of days to recover from that, so hopefully that'll be enough. Sabalenka, by the way, 5-3. She's one game away from getting out of this match as Lee hits the tape and it goes in, and it's 15-love. All matches cancelled in Miami today. Fake news. Not all matches at all. Who you? By the way, fake news is one of the most annoying things. Is anyone else getting annoyed by that? Those two words, that and that put together, is just like, oh, okay. No, there were cancelled matches, but most of the matches today got through. I will donate $50 for your tattoo removal. And I will take that $50 and buy something else with it. and keep my tattoos. I will take that $50 and I will put it towards another tattoo. Thank you. I will get a new tattoo with that $50 that you donate. 40 love. That'll go into the next one. So you're only adding to the to your own misery. Anyways, Lee holds. And now Sabalenka's going to serve this match. All right, if you want to jump on over to watch the rest of this Sabalenka match, which might only just be halfway through. We don't even know. I mean, Sabalenka's match could still, if you want to donate $50 to the tattoo fund, it's fine by me. I won't say no to a new tattoo. Anyways, jump on over. We're going to keep watching Sabalenka, but Fonseca, he's played Sinner and he's played Alcaraz in back-to-back events. By the way, not just back-to-back events, but two of the biggest events on the planet outside of the slams. And he hasn't embarrassed himself. He showed what he can do, but he also, we've seen the other guys show what they can do because Alcaraz and Sinner, we know they're better right now, but it's just been a real fun, it's been like the perfect way to end this hard court swing, seeing Joao take those guys on. And I was worried because Fonseca obviously had a bit of a slow start to the year with injury, so I'm glad that he's healthy. And now he gets to go to the clay and see what he can do on those on that clay courts. But nice win by Alcaraz, and he's going to play quarter in a couple of days. That is going to be really interesting.